Hey, what's the crack? Watch Dogs Legion let you build a resistance, hack the city, and take down an evil corporation. But let's be real, the most unrealistic part of this game is an Irishman taking over England without a fight. So stick around and I will show you how I made London my personal playground. And also, I'm telling you now, spoiler warning. So the first trophy I got was Brave New World, which was unlocked after completing the first mission. It's a great intro into the game, setting you up for the whole story and giving you a taste of what it's like. So after the intro, it's time to build your team. Basically like assembling the Avengers, but hackers instead of superheroes. The first one I picked was a fella who looked like Jason Statham, if you give up the action films. Next up, I had to get an Irish fella into the mix because I can't be taking back London without a bit of Irish charm. And finally, I picked this random woman. I don't know why, it seemed like she had mad energy. Like she'd throw hands for anything at all. And it seems like I was right because she got me the trophy and stay down, which is for defeating a DedSec adversary, someone who previously wrecked one of your operatives. And from now on, I'm going to call her Karen Wick. I then realized I was going to need a little bit more firepower for the jobs ahead. And that's when I found this guy flying around on a drone, casually holding a nail gun like it was any other Tuesday. I decided one recruit wasn't enough, so I went after another, which got me the trophy Making Friends. And you can claim this trophy by recruiting an operative after completing reporting for duty, which is just the very first quest. But it wasn't as simple as just walking up going, hey, do you want to be friends? You actually have to do something for them. And what I did is become an organ donor, but not in the conventional way. I drove a medical van around delivering organs. It's really cool what you could do with the technology in this game, like recreating past events to track down bad guys. It's like being Batman, but just not as cool. But he uses that technology just to find criminals. I'll use that technology just to mess with people, and I'm probably worse than any bad guy in this game while doing this. I was following the A&R reenactment trying to uncover what happened when suddenly it shoved a random guy out of the way. I guess these holograms don't mess around. And speaking of not messing around, meet Mary Kelley, crime boss, human trafficker, all around nightmare fuel. She's the leader of Clan Kelley, and yeah, she's as bad as they come. Her gang is no joke either. I mean, I ran over one of them with a car and the lad just got up and kept walking. I'd hate to see the recruitment process if that's the standard. The next trophy that I acquired was a dish best served cold, and it was for rescuing an operative who was captured, and they were captured by none other than Clan Kelley. I went in this time with no car, just throwing hands, and surprisingly it worked out. I then got to meet a new character, Not, and she becomes part of the hacker club to help us take down a new threat, Sky Larson, a billionaire with a god complex. So you know, just your normal billionaire. But no amount of money was gonna stop me from getting the next trophy, The Future is Bright. This one's for stopping Sky Larson and her money goons, putting an end to her billionaire shenanigans. That's when I earned the trophy, Long Live the Queen. It was for taking down Mary Kelley and all her pawns. But there was still a lot of work left, like rescuing someone who was all tied up until I came along. I could rescue them, but unfortunately I couldn't rescue my controller. RIP, I guess it's time for a new one. I can't give my controller a proper send off, but I can definitely give the bad guys one. Not even gravity could save them. Now things were about to take a turn. After all that work, rescuing the guy earlier, he decided to set me up. And of course, the bad guys made sure I didn't get out of this easily. But I got away to get the trophy, Hacker, Tailor, Soldier, Spy. And it was hard earned. I had to make Malik, the bad guy I rescued earlier, famous for all the wrong reasons. You'd swear I was going after his search history with all the firepower he was throwing at me. With Malik dealt with, it was time to move on to the next big fish. Nigel Cass. This guy ran his own vicious private army, and these were some of the most dangerous men I'd ever go up against. Oh shit, one of them just ran away from my bot. Well, I guess everyone's not cut out for this kind of battle. Although maybe this guy's got a point about fear and technology. Or maybe self-driving cars just need a little bit more work. Anyways, it was time to take down the man himself, Nigel Cass. He and his caveman soldiers were absolutely no match for me. I made Nigel Cass fear technology after getting the trophy When Good Men Do Nothing, which of course was for using technology and a gun. I hacked my way through the worst of the worst, and now I was on the last one, 0 Day. Then the trophy Divided We Fall popped, and it was for clearing England of 0 Day. While I was off on my own adventure, it seemed this person had a completely different kind of one. If there's someone in that car, I really want to know what's going on in their head. It's probably this. The next trophy I got was the one that got away, and it was quite simple to get. I just had to become a tourist and start snapping photos. And I am glad I went sightseeing because it was nice to see someone handing out justice other than me. And just a side note, don't mess with the homeless people in this game. After seeing all that action, it was time to slow things down a bit, and that's when I earned the trophy Magpie. It was for collecting 15 relics. I then unlocked a similar trophy to the last one, and it was called oral history. It was for collecting 50 audio logs. Collecting these made me feel like I was listening to really bad podcasts. While collecting more things, I found myself in a room full of mannequins, and nothing says comforting like a room full of creepy, lifeless mannequins. Am I right? Thankfully, it didn't turn into a horror game and I got out of the room to get the trophy in the nick of time. It was for completing Caitlin's story because she was too busy doing what she does best, standing around and doing nothing. Mind you, if I seen people running around like this, I'd probably never leave my house either. Where was he going? This game is really weird. And speaking of weird things, it brings me to the trophy, A Roof Over Your Head. To earn this trophy, you have to go and take photos of so-called abandoned buildings to prove that someone is up to no good. And just when I thought things couldn't get any more random, I ended up protecting a live stream while Stormzy rapped over it. Honestly, one of the coolest moments in this game. On to the next trophy I picked up, England for Everyone, and it was for finishing Hamish's storyline and taking down someone called Kingfisher, a guy who funded thugs to beat up immigrants. Seemed like a real lovely fella, but not anymore. I then came across this guy who clearly skipped the whole being visible thing, and I would bet Kingfisher would do anything to be able to pull this off right about now. Visible or not though, he was not able to stop me from getting the Rise Up trophy, which was for turning one borough into a defiant state. All it took was a few daring missions, sneaking into restricted areas, rescuing freedom fighters, and getting pictures of corruption. And with that done, it was easy enough to earn the trophy Taking Back London, which is for doing everything I just did, but turning every borough into a defiant state. I don't think too many people like the thought of the Irishman taking over, but after taking over all the boroughs, I recruited a solid crew, and I'm ready to put them to work. And there was no one better than this man right here for the next trophy, because it was called Down to the Wire, and it was for performing 5 stealth takedowns while using a hitman. Solid enough as the crew was, I still needed more, which brings up the next trophy, Metagaming, and it was for recruiting a video game designer. And then I finally had enough recruited that the next trophy came immediately after, and it was Every Walk of Life. It was for having a team of 20 operatives with all sorts of skills and backgrounds. I don't know what I expected after recruiting a video game designer, but I expected him to do more things than what he could do. And if you're thinking, what could he do? Maybe he could have done something cool like this next trophy, Paint Me Like One of Your. And how you earn this trophy is by using a paintball gun to knock out Clan Kelley members with headshots. And you can only do this by recruiting a painter. I've done a lot of things in this game, but one of my favorite was getting the trophy Shaken Not Stirred. And no, it's not for making cocktails, unfortunately. It's about disabling the weapons of 5 Albion guards at once using my fancy spy watch. At this point, I feel like I had a knack for hacking, and this is where I decided to prove it by getting the trophy Hack the Planet. And you get this for hacking 8 targets at once. I'm taking over everybody's tech. I didn't take over this tech though, and honestly, I have no idea how it's coming through the wall. But after being spooked by that bot, I got the next trophy, Death From Above. And to earn it, I had to take out 5 Albion guards with a dive bomb. And it seems like those Albion guards are in for an awful time, because the next trophy was unlocked, and it was, no, not the bees. And it is acquired by neutralizing 10 Albion guards with a swarm of bees. Well, it looked like someone had the right idea of running away. They just didn't quite nail the execution. And then it looked like the Albion guards were trying to get their own revenge back. For the trophy, Throw the Book at Them. And it's for performing 5 arrest takedowns as an Albion guard. I then went on to unlock You Don't See Me trophy. And to get this, you have to escape a level 5 pursuit while doing a statue mode. Yeah, you heard me right. I had to go full street performer and freeze in place while being chased. That was a weird trophy, almost as weird as this parking job. After all that parking chaos, I thought it was time to let the people take control and get the trophy Power to the People. And the people got this trophy by taking down 3 Albion guards. And then it was time to relax by taking a royal route and sneaking through Buckingham Palace disguised of one of their own. And that's how I got the trophy Royal Tour. And then it was time to change jobs for getting my next trophy, DedSec Delivery. And it was for completing 20 parcel Fox delivery missions. Delivering parcels was done with, so now it was time for a little bit of street art with the trophy Piece de Resistance. And it was for completing a paste up in every location. You gotta leave your mark somewhere out there. And here's something funny I discovered about paste up locations. Sometimes skipping the animation can lead to unexpected results, like this menacing face right in front of you. Then it was time to unwind with a game of darts, and to gain the trophy Bullseye, which was for playing way too many games of darts around London. And you know what what goes well with throwing a few darts? Pints, which leads to the trophy bottoms up and is for grabbing a drink at every bar location. Because why not, right? Oh, I think my Irish is showing. Don't you just hate it when you go for a pint and you end up recruiting the bartender instead? And no, that's not a pickup line. And I know you make bad decisions when you're drunk, so why not make one in a video game by getting the trophy Fresh Threads? And it's for spending a solid 100,000 currency in the game. I mean, if you're just after saving a city, you might as well treat yourself and look good. After splashing out on clothes, I figured I should probably upgrade my actual gear too. So I maxed out everything I got, and that gave me the trophy locked and loaded for the weapons and fully kitted for the rest. Basically, I went from fashion icon to walking tank. And I still wasn't done buying stuff yet, cause I got the trophy all about aesthetics for buying a pink gun skin for my pistol, because nothing says intimidation like pastel power. And I'm still on a spending spree by getting the trophy rewrap my whip, and it's for buying a flashy paint job which I chose to put on my spy car, because nothing says undercover like driving around with a Union Jack on it. I then unlocked the Could Have Made National trophy by completing the first intermediate kick up challenge. It's impressive that she did that in heels, but what's more impressive is she can do it without even looking at the ball. That's next level skill right there. I was finally done with all the chaos by getting the platinum trophy, and it wasn't as glorious as it sounds. And I'm gonna be honest, it wasn't worth it. At least I didn't think it was worth it anyways. Normally at this point I'd give it a rating, but not this time. It's just so boring to play. So with that being said, thank you for watching. Have a do you mind much better. Anyways guys, I hope you have a great day. I hope you enjoyed. I'll see you in the next one, and goodbye.